so that they can guide uh, rightly guide the community, rightly guide the church in their spiritual path, in their spiritual growth and the community growth. Okay, so today, as Brother Ramesh, the missionary Ramesh, already instructed us, our theological studies, maybe this theological studies uh, rest for maybe for 1 year. It's called diploma in theology. Uh, so after that, diploma theology generally will be uh, with a very basic understanding of theology with various subjects and all. And later, if any people further they wanted to pursue uh, so one more year, we can go ahead and we will read, into deeper understanding of scriptures and deeper understanding of theology, and which can help us to be leaders, to be a leaders in the society. uh, so that maybe we get uh, that's a bachelor's of theology, maybe with the 2 years of education. So basically now we are going to start diploma in theology for 1 year course, and for that we will have a basic uh, understanding of the Bible and doctrines, theology and all, that will be helpful to lead our ministries in the church, various ministries in the church. Okay, so I really enjoyed your singing. Really, it's though we don't understand, I don't understand any one of your words, but anywhere in any language, praising God will be like, so it touches our heart, so it lifts up our hearts will be lifts up to God. Okay, so friends, now I think last time only one or two people were there uh, while I was taking the introduction to theology. Okay, I'll start with that note. Maybe today many people are there. So 10 people are there. 10 people are, in fact, it's a good number to start with. Uh, okay, so the rest of people may be available. The video will be available. So we can start with the uh, previous class, and we'll go further with that class. Okay, so I'm switching off my video and then sharing a study. It's a study. Okay, so the study of religious faith practice. Okay, the study of religious faith practice and experience. So in Christian context, we understand what is theology, that understanding God revealed in the Bible. Okay, so theology means understanding God revealed in the Bible. Okay, this is what the Christian theology. Next.
Display అవుతుందా?
Yes, brother. Yeah, next slide, please. So we see the next slide. There are 4 types of theologies last time. One is biblical theology. What is biblical theology? The study of God's revelation of Himself. Yes. Brother, not clear. I don't know what happened. The two, yeah, now it's okay. So there are type of theologies. One is biblical theology. The study of God is a study of uh, revelation of Himself. Theology is essentially a study of scriptures. Theology is concerns from combining two Greek words, that is theos, meaning God, and logos, meaning word, that is rational thought. Okay. Second one is historical theology. Historical theology is that discipline whose task is to expound the course of Christian theology through time within its different historical context. Historical theology means last time we saw how God dealt in different times within different historical background, different communities in different spaces. Okay, so how he dealt with our forefathers with and with future generations and past generations, all these things, systematically studying, that is called historical theology. Okay, so number three, we saw that systematic theology. This is called dogmatic theology. Okay, so what is the systematic theology? Systematic theology is a display of Christian theology that formulates what is that? Okay, so that is orderly and a coherent account of doctrines of the Christian faith. It addresses issues such as what Bible teaches, uh, in a topic wise, the universe, God as all. So systematically, topic wise, we actually study next. Practical theology. We see that what is practical theology. It implies the study of theology in a way that is intended to make it useful and applicable. It is a study of theology so that can be used and is relevant to everyday concerns. We saw last time uh, we all different in a different context. We have our challenges and we have uh, our problems in different ways. Okay, how the Bible can be uh, like applied to us, like to different communities, something like that. When Jesus was there, see, his communication, his understanding with different people is different, because when it comes to Samaritan woman, his approach is entirely different, and he understanding with them their theology and their thinking and all uh, entirely different than he encounters with like Pharisees and all. Okay, so when he encounters with Sadducees and all, so scribes and all. Okay, so like that, we the practical theology that actually helps us to the church to engage with the uh, day-to-day life of church practice, like day-to-day practice of our faith practice with community engagement, like that. So that's how the native theologies are emerged. Okay, so like in African countries, like a black theology, like uh, in American and different contexts, like feminist theologies, like in India, tribal theologies, Dalit theologies, in different parts of the world, different type of theologies emerged, and in addition to that, uh, our faith how actually applicable to community engagement, also church practice. Okay, this is called actually uh, practice of theology. So this is what we saw last time. Uh, so now we are going into systematic theology. There are a few doctrines that we are going to study in this course. Uh, Generally, when we study systematic theology, means generally we start with uh, the scriptures. Okay, the scriptures, or generally we start with Trinity. Okay, the basic doctrine, basic maybe the foremost doctrine of God in the Bible, God as a triune God, that we study Trinity or the authority of scriptures. Okay, so but today what I want you to know, before that I wanted to go very basic, that we will study the doctrine of God. Okay, so today we'll study the doctrine of God in the doctrine of God. So what is doctrine? Last time we saw systematic theology or dogmatic theology. Okay, dogmatic means doctrine. Dogmatic means the set of teachings. Okay, so set of teachings. So that came from a Greek word called dogma. Dogma means nothing but teaching. Okay, so uh, so that's why today we just go with the doctrine of God from the general view, whether he is existing, how he is existing, and what is his attributes, and what is uh, how he is relevant to me and to this world, and like that we are going to see. I wanted Before that I wanted to tell you why I want this one to include here is, recently I read an article, and it came into the news that one one uh, one pastor one pastor in US, he served nearly 25 years in a church, and recently that then he came out of the church and told that in these 25 years of my experience, I never experienced God like that. He he actually served. He served as a pastor in a church. Okay, so then he came out 25 years, not 1 or 2 years. Okay, so after 23 years of his experience, I don't know what he did in the church, and after that he was actually confessing, or he was giving a statement that there is no God, and I don't see uh, that God exists. So I don't know what made him uh, to study theology, and after that worked as a pastor for many years, and then he came out of with the statement, I don't believe in God. I don't think that God exists. Something like that. The statements are very uh, uh, very confusing. Okay, so very alarming for many of us, because so I can understand uh, from this doctrine of God, we can understand what made him to made such a statements. Okay, so let us go. We will study the systematic, maybe a dogma of God, maybe existence of God. Okay, just we'll go with the slides. Please go with the slides. Brother, please go to the next slide. So there are several views on existence of God. Okay, there are several views on existence of God. Some say we don't know. Some say we don't know God. Okay, so some people say, some people deny God's existence. They say, surely, because I don't see God, because I don't see God, and I don't experience God, there is no God. Like that, they give a statement. Okay, some say God is there, but we can't prove. Okay, so some people feel that, in this universe there is definitely a person like God is there, but I don't know, I cannot prove it. If you ask me, I believe in God, but I cannot prove it. So that is their statements. Okay, so we will go little further. Existence of God. Okay, so uh, what are the three classical arguments? Okay, with three classical arguments, we can understand God's existence is there. Okay, brother, please go to the next slide. Okay, number one is cosmological argument. Okay, number one is classical cosmological argument. Cosmological means, cosmo means universe. Okay, universe, when we see the universe, we understand that God exists. Okay, so every result must have a sufficient cause. This is in high school we studied that every effect that causes a sufficient cause. Okay, so this is called cause and effect. Cause and effect. Cause and effect means if there is some force is used, through that force there will be definitely there is uh, there is the effect will be there. Okay, that's what existence of God we saw. That argument from universe. What are the arguments from universe? Universe exists. Okay, it was not self-created. Universe is not self-created, not eternal. Universe, one day it is going to collapse. Maybe it is going to end. So that's why God exists. What scientists say is, some people believe in God, some people don't believe in God. But one thing that we understand is definitely the universe did not come into existence uh, okay, so accidentally nothing beautiful will come. Okay, some people argue that Big Bang theory, through Big Bang theory, the universe, after millions and billions of years, it now came into this uh, this shape, maybe this order, this came. But we understand Big Bang means nothing but, you know, like a bomb explodes. Okay, a bomb explodes. When a bomb explodes, what happens? What happens? Everything will be like we don't. Everything will be in disorder. Right, right. So like that, uh, universe also cannot be in order. Okay, so that's why Big Bang theory can't be a reasonable argument. Okay, so The existence of God, cosmological argument we already saw. Here, the another evidence that we see, the Earth rotates. Next slide, brother. The Earth rotates once per day on its axis. The right speed 1040 miles per hour, 1670 miles kilometers per hour, or orbits the sun once per year. All the right speed 18.5 millions per second, 30 kilometers per second to sustain life. Why? Okay. See how this Earth and Moon, they're in their axis. Okay, in their axis, they're actually moving. Is it possible through Big Bang theory? Okay, it is orderly designed. It is orderly designed like a watch on our wrist. Okay, there are many wheels are there on the watch, inside the watch. All those wheels actually rotates differently. The speed will be different. Okay, so that means this universe, this sun and moon, earth, and all these planets are orderly designed. Okay, so the design comes from a designer, isn't it? A design comes from a designer. So there must be a designer behind this universe. Okay, so that's why we need to understand from this cosmological argument, cosmological argument, God exists. Okay, so the heaven we see from God's word, the heaven declares the glory of God, and the uh, permanent sweat his handiwork. Okay, so number two, we uh, we see the teleological argument. Okay, number two, first we saw the cosmological argument. Secondly, we see teleological argument. So teleological argument is, tele means the picture. Okay, teleological, that what we see from our eyes. Okay, what we see and what we believe, what we think. Okay, teleological means what we see, what is the outside appearance. If there is a design, there must be a designer. If there is a watch, there must be a watchmaker. Okay, so watch will not come into existence by its own. Same way, the earth, the moon, the solar system will not come into existence by its own. Okay, so teleological arguments also proves that there must be a God. Okay, there must be a creator. And number three, we see anthropological argument. Number three is anthropological argument. Okay, so creation reflects the creator. Creation reflects the creator. That means all the creation, what is happening. I don't know in Malawi what is the season now. For us here in India, uh, in our area, it's a rainy season. Okay, so I don't know what is the season in your place. There are 3 or 4 seasons in a year. Okay, so one after the other, every year it will come because it was designed. Okay, so number two, in anthropological argument, we see the moral argument. The moral argument means everywhere, any corner of this universe you go, The man has a moral, a moral, uh, a moral uh, arguments. That means everybody. For example, uh, if a man kills another man, that is actually he will be punished. He will be punished under the law of that land. Okay, so uh, our heart, every human being feels that whatever, whenever he do some mistake or whenever he commits sin, he somewhat uh, something in his heart actually uh, uh, argues with him. Something in his heart actually tells him that you are doing sin. Maybe you are going in a wrong way. Maybe it is saying that you are fallen apart, something like that. So that means our anthropological argument also telling us from all the universe, from all the every corner of this world, that every person one day or other have that moral moral problems. Okay, everybody thinks that he need to be connected with God. That's why uh, Braille Pascal he says man's heart is actually created with emptiness unless until it is filled with the Creator, it will not be full. That means no, everybody is having moral problems everywhere. So that moral, there is a person existed who created this universe and created human beings. Okay, so the creator of this universe is a moral person. He is not just a power, he is also a moral person. Okay, that's what we understand from anthropological argument. Okay, so that's why we see that God, God's uh, qualities, the external qualities of God is He is eternal, all powerful, omnipotent. All powerful means omnipotent, super intelligent, omniscient. Okay, omniscient means super intelligent. So when we created a computer, that means so the person who created computer is very intelligent. Okay, nowadays supercomputers are created. Now we are living in the world of AI technology, artificial intelligence technologies. The engineers behind artificial intelligence is very, very intelligent. Okay. So the person who actually created this universe must be a super intelligent person. Okay. So that's what we understand. Next slide, please. So then next we see the immutable God. Immutable. That means he is unchangeable God. Unchangeable God. So yesterday, today, and forever, he is same. Okay. And that person has feelings and emotions. Okay. The creator of this universe has feelings and emotions. That's what we see. That's where that's why he created human beings. He is a person, not a power. See, just 1 hour before, I got little shock with the current. Okay, I'm trying to uh, charge one a light because often in our place the electricity will go. So I am trying to recharge one light. So that time I got little current shock. So that means uh, electricity has power. Okay, God is also power. But what is the difference between the electricity and God? God is a person, a moral being. Okay, a moral being. Electricity is, it is not a moral being. Whoever goes and touches it, it actually shows his power. Whether me or brother Ramesh or whoever goes there and touches it. Okay, so we are with a moral God. The universe is actually created by a moral God. That's what we need to understand. So, what are the moral attributes of God? God is holy. Okay, there are many references are there. Okay, God is holy, and God is love. Okay, so for tomorrow, your assignment is I wanted you find out the moral attributes of God in the Bible. So wherever maybe few verses that you can mention there. Okay, like God is holy. Wherever it is written in the Bible, you can submit your assignment that uh, where is it is written God is holy. Okay, so God is love. Okay, so God is love, and God is righteous. Okay, and God has freedom. So uh, next we'll see God is truth, God is merciful, God is faithful, God is gracious. Okay, there are many references are there that God's moral attributes that it tells. Okay, the essential attributes of incarnate God. So when that God who has created this universe, if he borns into this world, if he comes into this world, what must be the qualities that he should possess? Okay, so we see the fulfillment of scriptures. Okay, if that God of this universe, if he borns into this world, there should be the fulfillment of scriptures. Okay, unique birth. He should be. He should not be like any other human being who was born. Like all all our birth is happening because of the unity of our father and mother. Okay, so but the creator, if he borns into this world, his birth should be unique. Okay, so that's what we see in the New Testament, how Jesus was born, how fulfillment of scriptures are happen. Okay, unique life, sinless life. Okay, unique life. He lived very unique life. Okay, everybody amazed because of his. Now, if you read Luke chapter 2, you find the how Jesus was born. Okay, even before his birth, there are two prophets were actually waiting for the birth of Jesus. Probably they were at they were actually very old age. They are in very old age, maybe 90, nearly 90 years old. Okay, so they were waiting for Jesus' birth. Once they saw Jesus, they were praised God, and everybody amazed, everybody amazed because of Jesus' birth. Okay, and after that, his life is very unique. Okay, he argued with he thought his teachings, uh, unique messages that he gave. Okay, nobody before him, any prophet before him, any prophet after him did not give the message, the uniqueness of messages of Jesus. You don't find anywhere in any scriptures. Okay, the greater teachings of Jesus. Okay, that's what we see. His life is unique. His teachings are unique. His birth is unique, and all this happened according to the fulfillment of scriptures. Next, we see uh, the power of forgiving sins. No, supernatural power. Jesus used supernatural power. We also see supernatural power. Many teachers, many in our India, there are many God men are there. Okay, God man means uh, they perform some magics. Okay, they perform some magics. Uh, they bring some no from their mouth. They bring some lingas or some, what is that, some stain or something like that. They perform some something like magics and all. But Jesus actually used his supernatural power to heal people. He brought people to the life. Okay, when it comes to Lazarus, after 3 days of his death, he made him alive. Okay, so this is how he used his supernatural power, the power of forgiving sins. This is another unique quality of Jesus, that his authority, of forgiving sins. That's why this is the only cause actually bother Pharisees and scribes. Okay, who is this man who actually forgives sins? Only God forgives sins. Okay, so that is the problems with Pharisees and scribes with Jesus, because he possesses, he exercises the forgiveness of sins. Okay, and power of healing. He he healed many people, many, you know that's what we see in New Testament. And also he gives judgment. Finally, the unique victory over death. Finally, unique victory over death. So this is another, the greatest miracle the human history saw. Many people, actually many teachers were died, many prophets were died, but they never came into life. But Jesus, on third day, he resurrected and came to life. Friends, uh, in conclusion, I wanted to share that. Next one, conclusion. We saw the proof of existence of God. Next slides. Maybe you can, yeah, that's what. We saw the proof of existence of God. Okay. There are three types of arguments. Number one is cosmological argument. Number two is teleological argument. Number three is anthropological argument. These three arguments tells us there is God exists in this universe. Okay. He is called a creator. Okay. So that creator, he is not only having power, he is he we saw the special and moral attributes of God. He is having moral attributes. What are the moral attributes? Like, he is love, God is love, God is holy, God is just, God is righteous, all this, God is truth, like that. And we saw uh, that external the attributes of God. God is eternal. God uh, God is eternal. God is never changing God. So these are the external attributes of God we saw. Okay, then Christ is the exact representation of God. Okay, so we saw if that God actually comes into human history, if he incarnates into human history, he definitely, his birth should be unique, his teachings should be unique, he should be sinless, his teachings should be unique, and everything should be unique. He should possess the supernatural powers, he should be a great healer, he should be you know finally that he has to uh, find a problem, solution for our problems. Our problems are moral. We all trying to do sin. We all trying to go away from God. We don't need a moral God. We don't need a moral boss on us. That's why we try to go away from God. That's why Jesus came into, that is our problem. So God, Jesus Christ, came into this world to give the solution. What is that? Christ is exhaust representation of God, and he came here, he came into this world as a God, and he died for us. And he, on third day, he rose again, and he showed to this world that he is the only hope for the morally fallen humankind. God is, he is God, and he is the truth. So uh, that's what we see. Last time I'm sharing, no, last time I'm sharing one example. One pastor, 25 years, he actually worked in the church. He's giving a statement that there is no God exists. I don't experience any God in these 25 years. That means he actually, his problem is moral problem. Okay, his problem is moral problem. He never ever uh, actually allowed a moral God into his life. That's why he did a duty, he did a rituals for 25 years. He just maybe got a salary from a church, but he never experienced God. But what we need to understand is when we see the universe with our open eyes, with our open mind, with open heart, we'll find God everywhere. That's why David writes in his poem that when I look up to the sky, uh, then he also tells when uh, when I just think that how I was born is really wonderful. He tells to God, Jesus, God, you actually made me fearfully and wonderfully. You made me. That actually makes me to one very how they actually zygotes develops into a baby in 9 months, and uh, it delivers exactly on time. Okay, so how it develops DNA, how actually DNA develops, and everything. So that everything is designed by God. Okay, so dear friends, many people, when we are ministering in the church, when we are especially when we are conducting youth programs, okay, especially in Sunday schools, whatever you tell, whatever the stories that you tell to them, man, sin, and salvation. Maybe tomorrow will be like man, sin, and salvation. Later we'll study scriptures, church, many other systematic dogmatic we are going to study